So we have to look at it now. Sri Ram is going forward, so many challenges, so many ups and downs, but no matter what, he took everything in stride. Aage chali. Nobody is without problems. Nobody. 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 God himself in human form, he had problems. But he's telling us what you need to do to go forward. And I am saying to you, he showed us how to let go. How to practice that, this passion. What is for you will always come to you. Nobody could take it away. If at this moment it slips away, if it is for you, later down it's going to come back to you. And here is what the points I'm putting to you. Surrender. Leave everything in the divine's hands. Do what you have to do. Sri Ram, aage chale, yes, he went forward, but he did everything he had to do. Whatever happened, happened. Ultimately, he became Raja Ram. Ultimately, it came back to him. Time. Samay Bara Balwan. Time is the most powerful force. But from now till that objective is fulfilled, a lot of things will happen in between. A lot of things. And I keep saying over and over, it is not so much the destination that matters, but the experience that we gather on the journey itself. That is what we remember when we achieve the destination. The struggles we had, the disappointments we experienced, all these different things put together is what we remember, not so much the destination. It makes the journey beautiful. The journey is what we look at. The forest, the journey through the forest of the world process. Sri Ram going through the forest, this is what it implies to all of us as we go through life. So all the struggles, the challenges, the ups and downs, experiences are gained out of all these things, but you have to let go. Keep going, keep going. Whether sweet, whether bitter. Whether sweet, whether bitter. You have to let go at some point in time and go forward to that ultimate state. But the experience is here invaluable. And as I mentioned, Rishimukh, that point of stability, mind control, discipline. The mind isn't wavering all over, but focused. And their devotees, we know Sri Ram found Vibhishan, Sugriv, together with all his ministers. And what I want to put to you, as you go through life journey like this, you keep that focus, you go towards that mountain of stillness, mountain of mental advancement, then what happens? Sugriv in this context will symbolize the enlightened intellect, the Shubha Manas, together with his ministers, all positive virtues. Hanuman was with Sugriv. Spiritual values will impact upon you. And when you go to that point, what was the journey, the outcome of all that? Bali was destroyed. And who is Bali? Ashubha Manas. That mind that when we sit here to pray, the mind pulls us all over. Rather than pray, it runs all over, it jumps all over. It finds every reason to run away from what you're supposed to focus upon. And right now, many are affected by the Ashubha Manas. Right now. Right now. Right now. The mind's pulling you away. The Ashubha Manas. Bali chasing Sugriv. Sri Ram will conquer Bali. So, if you have this right attitude, right approach, the quality of tyag, devotees, believe me, you'll overcome so many negativities. And that peace which continues to elude us, you'll find it right here. It will come from nowhere else. It can come from nowhere else. And you know what? Bad news. Nobody could do it for you. No Swami, no Yogi, nobody could do it for you. Even God would not do it for you unless you unconditionally surrender. But then you still have to do something for yourself. Surrender. You have to do it for yourself. So these feelings of dependence and whatever else, and always expect people to help, watch it. Now I will come to another point in society today. What is happening today? You realize what is happening in our society today? Somebody built their house on a riverbank illegally, illegitimately. Rains fall, water wash it away. Government had to give me a house. Check and see what is happening. Everybody, society itself is like this. Everybody wants something. Nobody wants to do anything for themselves. And you know what? You know what? You have to do it for yourself. God helps those who help themselves. There are certain things you can never get unless you work for it. You have to work for it. This is spirituality. Whether it's material, whether it's spiritual, it is you who have to work for it. And I'm saying in this context, you carry baggage, that is what you'll become, a beast of burden. Nothing otherwise. You will achieve nothing in life. Even what you believe you have achieved, you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it. Be very careful. What we are saying here, devotees, as you continue this life journey, you continue life's journey, pay attention to what is taking place inside of you. Free yourself from shackles. This is the key. I'm stressing over and over again the mind, what is inside of us. Our own spirituality must come forward. And again, I'm saying not religiousness, spirituality. We have plenty of people who pray intensely, but they're not spiritual. These are the qualities I'm talking about. Spiritual qualities which will free you. And if we are happy with how we are, then who am I to say otherwise? Who am I to say otherwise? But when you look around in society, it's not very healthy signs we are getting. Parents, you realize that this year gone by, how many children have been abused in how many different forms? You think it will end? That has always been happening. It's getting worse, progressively worse. Parents, you have to take responsibility. Your child is your responsibility. Teachers, gurus, whatever, temples, we are merely facilitators. Your child is your responsibility. Put the right values into the children. Make sure that they are not abused in any way whatsoever, even if they appear to like it. If a child likes plenty sugar, you go feed him sugar, get him diabetes from early. Or you'll practice restraint, teach him how to control himself. You don't give what people like all the time. You have to give them what is best for them. And you have to be aware of this. And I want to ask that, you see, long ago, the village brought up a child. You know what's the meaning of that? Huh? Everybody had an input into the child to make sure the child is protected. The child gets the right values, etc. Today we have a selfishness creeping in. I care only about my child. But you know what? Every child should be our responsibility. Every child. I mean, when you look in a society and see 2-year-olds being murdered, 6-year-olds being raped, murdered, you ask, what is wrong with society? What is wrong with all of us? And then you see you're going forward? No. You're going back to the primitive age. This is why I say everybody has a responsibility. And let me tell you something. If you feel this don't concern you, I have news, you know. You see, little by little, it hits closer and closer to home until it hits you. Then you say, oh God, I didn't know this could have happened to me. You know why? Because we are downright stupid. We are foolish. We're too self-centered and selfish. We have to get out of that. Now, right now, village life has gone through. But we have a microcosm of it, like in the temple. People come. Everybody's child should be our responsibility here now, while they are here with us. Make sure they're not abused in any way. Advantage not taken of them in any way to satisfy the sadistic attitudes of some adults. And this is no joke. It's no joke. We have one-parent families. Many mothers, they are vulnerable. They have their boyfriends and so on. They've been telling you this. You have a young daughter growing up, you go live with a boyfriend? Huh? That's madness. Madness. And don't think I'm getting mad. I'm getting angry, yes, because of what is happening in society. And we call ourselves human beings. So I want to ask you, as we go forward, parents, start with you. Your children, find that time for them. Be with them. Bond with them. You should be the first one to know any problem with your children. You should be the first one to know. Parents are the last ones to know. You know why? Too busy. Too busy. And when something happens, you're shattered. You think you are shattered. What about the child's life? And the children are our future. So I'm asking, parents, make them aware. And we have our temple network. I am saying that all temples, all of us, all NGOs, we should try our best to create programs. But you know what? We can create the best of programs, and if you don't want to send your children, what will happen? What will happen? They prefer to let them sit home and play games on the iPad, or what do you call it? Computer. Rather than come to the temple and do something to gain values, build yourself up. This is why I started with parents. It's your responsibility. I can't force you to send your child, you know. And when something goes wrong, don't blame anybody else except yourselves. Get that clear. So devotees, we have to all put our hands together, our hearts, our heads together, and try to protect our children. And we have been told, you know, I don't know why we have to be told now about this. Quite often I say to myself, child line. Only recently, you know. What happened all these years gone by? Do we have to wait for something to happen and then decide to do this? I am saying we should be proactive. Or whatever is happening should push us to become awake, alert. But yet we must also look and see where things could go wrong and become proactive. It's a sad situation, devotees. And you know what? The scriptures tell us any society that disregards its young is doomed. Doomed. So if we continue this way, we're gone through. Badly. Now I have a problem also. Every year Christmas time, the amount of toys children get in. Everybody and the Nani and Nana and Aji and Aja and Mausi and Mausa, everybody going to all the homes, all the villages, toys. Nothing is wrong with that. But as some of us are asking, what happens for the rest of the year? Do we remember them the rest of the year? Or because of Christ, we think we have to do all this thing? What about Lakshmi Mata? What about Shivaji? What about Krishna Bhagwan? What will happen to the children the rest of the year? Now, if you keep on handing out also, they become dependent. The next syndrome they develop. Shouldn't we become more engaged in more meaningful activities? I'm sure you know the ideas. Not that these ideas are new, but the circumstances force us to think. And again I say, you know, many of us feel that this doesn't concern me. You're wrong. It concerns every single one of us. Every single one of us. And everybody should take a vow for this new year. You want to go forward? Let's make that concerted effort now to deal especially with our young ones. Our young ones. We have been trying to run RI in schools to, you know, mold the mind of the young children. You have about 2 or 3 people interested only in doing this thing, who made that sacrifice. Many others who could do it, too busy. Nobody wants to make time unless you're getting paid to do something. Selfishness again. But you see, this is not a waste, it's an investment. You gain more in the long run. More in the long run. I'm saying to you, get involved, devotees. Get involved in some form, in your area of expertise. Not a one-off kind of thing. Get involved. And I emphasize this, that we have debts to repay. One is towards society. And I am saying it must be towards the children now. Our future. Our future. Don't be too busy. Don't be too busy. Balance your time and, you know, indicate where you can make that contribution. And I'm emphasizing not a one-off thing. Anybody could do a one-off thing. We need the commitment. The commitment. And you know what? When you put something like this into children, when you have yours, they benefit a lot. But that is not the reason for doing it, of course. You do it because children are so many forms of God, so many forms of divinity. So I'm asking people, you see this year coming? What we are hearing is only the tip of the iceberg, you know. Tip of the iceberg. I've been saying this 20-something years, well, 40-something years ago, when I worked at Mobile Lab, until this was quite prevalent. Quite prevalent. Yeah? When you heard of these things, you know what has been happening? It is heart-rending, shocking. And who is doing anything about it? You may have a program here, a program there, and what happens after that? What happens after that? Now we could all say it's karma. When you see they come back with a banduk and try to blow you away, I hope you see it's karma too. It is our karmas, which we fail to carry out in the right way, to put back something into society, into our children. Now, I can't change the world, but I'm saying from Gyandipak Kirtan Mandali, spiritual leader, executive, Sunday morning service will go on no matter what. Yeah? You put the preparations in place for that. Alright? You know, whatever full moon, Ekadasi, whatever puja you do, Shivratri, whatever, that will happen no matter what. And if you keep doing the same things all the time and nothing more than that, my question is, are you really making that contribution? Are you really doing anything to really help? Yes, but I think you have to do more. Special programs should be created. We don't want people to say, okay, the Pandit is asking for a program, but they don't have any programs. So if two sides act, parents, we at the temple, we create the programs and so on, we help the children to develop, feel good about themselves, we help our society. But everybody needs to become proactive. So I'm saying to the spiritual leader and members of the executive of Gyandipak, at least you can start something. You have been doing some sporadically, because the various problems also, it was not continued. But I am saying, fight it. Sometimes you can say, we do need program, but nobody are coming. On the other side, people say, we want to send the children, but they have no program. So I stop the program because children are coming. And then what happened? Parents say, they have no program, so we can't send them. So I am saying, let the pond be there. I stand by that. When the thirsty come. And sometimes, it might be necessary to go to encourage people. You see society today? You have to go out, you know. If I know that you only want to take, I come and telling you, okay, I have things to give you, come. I have things to give you, come. In the long run, it may impact upon you. We have to find strategies. So, devotees, there are many different angles and ramifications to our present situation. It's not nice. It's not nice. And don't wait for something to happen to your child and then want to decide, hey, you know, we should do this. Okay? Start now. And to me, this is going forward. Going forward into the tomorrow depends upon what we do in today, the present. And the tomorrow happen to be our children. That is Age, forward. So this is another context I want you to bear in mind going forward, to prepare for our future by inculcating in our children the right values, the right principles, the right attitudes, so that they can handle the mantle of leadership successfully to make our old age a good one. I'm doing it from a selfish point of view here now. I want to have a good old age, a peaceful one, right? But that will only be determined by what I put into my children, into your children, into the younger ones, actually. So having said that, let me not keep it back too long. I want you to focus, everybody. Do some soul searching. And you have to ask yourselves, 2013 has gone. 14, come. Have you gone forward? Have you gone forward? In what sense I'm talking? Are you still the angry creature that you are? The venomous creature that you are? Whatever. Are you still the same? Then you have not gone forward. You have not gone forward. Try to go forward. And we seek the Lord's blessings and grace. We have to have the right knowledge, the right understanding. We make preparation for the final Havan. We'll join in this bhajan as we pray. Hey Jagat Pita Bhagavan, Hame do Gyan. Give me the right sense, O Lord. Give me the right understanding to know what I have to do in my life. To make the lives of those around me a better one. I must be like the Paras money. Paras, there's a gem that transforms rocks into women and men. Or I should say, transform rocks into gold. Men and women are the gold. We should be like the Paras to transform all. So we appeal. Let's all join. Hey Jagat Pita Bhagavan, hame do gyan, tu Ishwar pyara, duniya mein ek sahara. बचपन में होश न आया है, जौवन में पाप कमाया है। बचपन में होश न आया है, जौवन में पाप कमाया है। अब जाओ कहा विषयों ने मुझको मारा, दुनिया में एक सारा। दिल मेरा तो यह कहता है, तू मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिल मेरा तो यह कहता है, तू मन मंदिर में रहता है। दिन रात भटकता रहा मैं, दर दर मारा, दुनिया में एक सारा। पापों से भगवान हमें बचा, वेदों का सच्चा भक्त बना। पापों से भगवान हमें बचा, वेदों का सच्चा भक्त बना। पाखंड झूठ से सब ही करे किनारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा करा से है तेरा। मझधार में है बेरा मेरा, कृपा करा से है तेरा। नंदलाल पाप में पीता जीवन सारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। हे जगत पिता भगवान हमें दो ज्ञान, तू ईश्वर प्यारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। दुनिया में एक सहारा, दुनिया में एक सहारा। And devotees, we do everything to please our Lord, even taking care of the children to please Him. He's the only hope. He's the solution to all of life's problems, devotees. The answer to all of life's questions. Our attitude, let it always be focused upon that Lord. Put Him in the heart. Do everything for His sake. Life will become a puja. And once we go this way, then we are going forward. Aage chali. Aage chali. So remember this. Aage chali. And question yourselves whether you are going forward or not. If you are, keep on going. 2015 will come in 12 months' time. Then we will know if we have really gone forward or not. Aage chali. Bole Shri Raja Ramachandra ki.
Om Jai Swaha Mata, Maya Jai Swaha Mata. तुम अग्नि की शक्ति, तुम अग्नि की शक्ति, तुम सच्ची माँ।